Hello and welcome to Cannon County High School Algebra 2. This is another in our series of videos on, for those of you who are trying to get some work made up for quarter 3 to bring your grade up to passing. Today we're going to look at how to do IXL S.5. So Mr. Lyon, I'm going to have you take a seat over there for a minute. S.5. We are solving equations that are exponential equations in logarithmic form. Okay, the thing you need to remember about this, let's get right into it, is exponential form looks like this, logarithmic form looks like this. And the trick to doing these problems is by using something called the change of base formula. So if you have the log base b of y, and you want to change that to a different base, for instance, log base 10, because that way we can use our calculator to figure out the answer. All you have to do is you take the log base a, that's the new base, in this case base 10, log of the argument divided by the log of the base. So if our problems will look like they're in exponential form to start with, just remember you take the log of the argument divided by the log of the base, and that will equal the exponent. Okay? So let's jump right into it. Here's what one of the problems will look like on the IXL. It will say 5 is equal to 6 to the x power, round to the nearest thousandth. Well, again, you take the log of the number that's away from the exponent, and you divide by the log of the number of the base of the exponent. So to figure this problem out, we're going to say that x is equal to the log of 5 divided by the log of 6. And since those are common logs, those are both going to be base 10. So on your calculator, hopefully you have the Calculate 84 app on your calculator or on your iPhone. We're going to take the log of 5, use the right arrow key to get outside of the parentheses, divide by the log of 6, hit enter, and now in the directions it says round to the nearest thousandth. The thousandth is 3 places after the decimal point. And I know this is the part that really messes people up. They understand the math, but they have trouble sometimes with the rounding. So that's the tenths place, the hundredths place, the thousandths place. So the 2 says that we should round down, so the answer is going to be 0.898. So for this one, you'd get 0.898 for the answer. That's what you would type in to the IXL. Okay, let's try another one. 3 to the x is equal to 7. Take the log of the number that's away from the exponent divided by the log of the base of the exponent. So for this one, x is going to equal the log of 7 divided by the log of 3. So again, on your calculator, log of 7 divided by the log of 3. Log of 7, right arrow, so we get outside of the parenthesis, divided by the log of 3. Round off to the nearest thousandth. So again, that's 3 places after the decimal point. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Right here, the 2 says that we should round down, so the answer is going to be 1.771. 1.771. Okay. Moving up a level. This time, the exponent isn't just x, it's 3x plus 1. But that's okay. That just means that at the very end, we're going to have a little bit of work to do. But to figure out what this exponent is, to figure out what 3x plus 1 is equal to, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the log of the number away from the exponent, the log of 2, and divide by the log of the base. So that's going to equal the log of 2 divided by the log of 9. So again, on your calculator, the log of 2 divided by the log of 9 is 0.315. Now, I am not going to change, or I'm not going to round that off yet. I'm going to leave it on my calculator. So now I've got 3x plus 1 is equal to 0.31546, and so on and so on and so on. Okay? I don't want to round that off yet. I only want to round it off when I get to the very end. So now we want to get x all by itself. So what would you do? First thing you would do is subtract 1 from both sides. That will give you 3x equals, and all you have to do on this calculator to get this number minus 1 is to just hit minus 1 and see how it says answer minus 1. It takes this answer, puts it there, minus 1. And I get negative 0.6845. The 5 says I should round this 4 up to a 5. So the answer is 0.6845. But I'm not rounding yet because I still don't know what the answer is. I still have this 3 here. So this is negative 0.684 and so on, but I leave that on my calculator. Now, in order to get the x by itself, I would divide by 3. So on your calculator, just divide by 3. Again, answer divided by 3. And now you can finally round it off. Negative 0.2281. Well, the 1 says to round that 8 down. So the answer is negative 0.228. Negative 0.228. Because you all know that rounding is really important on these IXLs. If you don't round correctly, it's going to mark it wrong. Okay? Let's try another one like that. Same thing. We want this exponent, this 2x. 2x is going to equal the log of 11 divided by the log of 6. The log of 11 divided by the log of 6. So here we go. The log of 11 divided by the log of 6. Oops. I messed that up. There we go. The log of 11 divided by the log of 6. I get 1.338. But I'm not going to round that off. 1.338 and so on. I'm just going to leave it on my calculator. Now I'm going to divide it by 2 because that's what 2x is equal to. So 1x is going to equal this number. Just hit divided by 2, so it gives you answer divided by 2. And now you round it off to the nearest thousandth. 0.6691, the 1 says to round the 9 down, so that's positive 0.669. Let's do one more. One more. This one's a little different because this one has a plus 1 after the 8 to the 2x power. So what should you do? You should get rid of that 1 first before you apply the change of base property. So subtract 1 from both sides. That will give you 8 to the 2x power equals 5. And now you can do it just like we did problem number 4, the previous problem. 2x is going to equal the log of 5 divided by the log of 8. So do that on your calculator. The log of 5 divided by the log of 8. Don't round it off just yet. Just leave that number on your calculator. So that means that 2x is going to equal 0.773 and so on. Okay? Now divide it by 2. So take the answer divided by 2, and you get 0.3869. Now, what does that mean? That 9 means that we got to round that 6 up. So that's going to be 0.387. So 0.387 is going to be the final answer. Okay? So change of base property is how you do those. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.